So I was with my girlfriend, and she asked me to say something naughty to her. And I said, "My tongue is a paintbrush, and your vagina is my canvas." And I'm gonna Picasso the shit out of that vagina. She said no. Van Gogh. Van Gogh. Van Gogh. So I cut off my ear and put it inside her vagina.
No, but like the thing was,
boys in a week.
Oh,
yeah.
brother, who cares?
And each one she was like hit me in the face while it was happening.
The one who hit her in the face will be here
that.
tonight. By the way, his name's Danny.
Yeah, and I was talking about Joe, who was like, "No, that's fucked up."
Do you wanna hear my
And then he was talking to his buddy like a week later, and they had both slept with her. And he was like, "Man, did you sleep with that one girl?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Dude, did she tell you to hit her in the face?" And he's like, "Yeah, wasn't that fucked up? What'd you do?" And he's like, "I fucking hit her."
Well, yeah, that's
the greatest story of all time.
That's no time for being a gentleman.
No.
Good Christ.
Wait,
This is war.
Frankly, if you want to be a gentleman, you do what the lady asks.
Yes.
America.
So it seems like you've had a lot of girlfriends since I've been around with the camera.
Yeah.
How is it? Is it just your personality, or is it just tough being a stand-up comic?
Wow, I don't know. I blame myself. I don't blame comedy. I know several comedians that are in very good relationships, very healthy ones.
My wife is very supportive of that, but she has a hard time with it. Any woman would. Any man or woman in a relationship with a comic is going to have a hard time reconciling themselves to the fact that you're not always going to be there, and you're going to miss holidays sometimes, and you're going to miss birthdays, you know. The key is communication.
And this is Rory Scovel, who is with his lady, and looks like they just got done being super hip.
Dating a comedian is, it's good. It's a matter of somebody constantly being on, and there's not a lot of serious conversation. So if like you really need to make a point, you really need to like, I need to sit him down and be like, Rory, I need to talk to you about something really serious, and then there's still a joke. It's still pulled away from what you really wanted to talk about. But what's good about it is that like constantly there are laughs, and like issues or problems or whatever are brushed aside because we both can joke, and you know, you don't worry about things. You don't take things really seriously. I'm the more responsible adult one, and he's the kid all the time.
That's my wife. Get a shot of my wife. She holds my Gatorades.
Actually, though, the first time that I saw Andy was his very first comedy show ever. Really? And he was opening for Colin Quinn at Central Michigan University in the big arena. And he was doing this contest thing. And I was there with some friends, and Andy was one of the three guys, and he just literally, I'm not even exaggerating, blew everybody out of the water, and he was hilarious. And he did 5 minutes of stuff about growing up with brothers and playing soccer and his mom being silly, and it was hilarious. And I went home and I told my roommate, I said, this guy we saw tonight, he was so funny, he's a student here, I want to be best friends with him.
Oh, so much pressure comes from comedy in a relationship. So much. Like, that's honestly been the reason I've dumped a couple girls, was just because I only have one rule when dating, and that is don't ever come between me and my stand-up comedy, because you will be dumped with no apologies and no regrets and no second chances.
As a comedian, you kind of crave attention and command the stage and demand that people are like, you, pay attention, me. And I'm that. I feel like sometimes I play that supporting role of going, oh yeah, pay attention to him. Oh yeah, support this thing that it is. Because like that creates a fun dynamic for the two of us.
The other day I was talking to Rory's girlfriend, Jordan. She's in the back. And I was like, Jordan, what's it like to be gay? And she was like, excuse me? And I was like, I meant, what's it like to always fuck an asshole?
There's never a dull moment.
People don't get how serious it is. You know, they're like, oh, you just make jokes, you know. And, girls can be very condescending when it comes to stand-up. And that I don't understand, because I work my ass off, you know. We all work our asses off in this, you know. I mean, I guess you could perceive it as being very simple. You know, I work a half hour to an hour a night. But there's a lot that goes into that half hour, you know. 4 years of my life at this point has gone into that hour. And people just don't get that, and they don't respect it. And then when that happens, I break up with them.
So you can really be a lonely guy, and there's nothing better than coming home after 2 weeks of doing shows and having somebody there you can share your experience with.
Sometimes you're like, I'm so done. I can't watch another show. I can't listen to another joke. Just stop, please. But at the same time, how fortunate are you that you get to laugh all the time?
Well, that's actually just need a little quiet time right now, Andy. It's hard when we live in a tiny studio apartment, so you know, you can hold your arms out and touch both walls kind of thing.
They're really just all kind of like drunk and sort of funny, or they like just try it out on me and my customers, and sometimes people don't come back or buy coffee.
On Seinfeld, there's this part where Jerry's trying a bit and he's pretending like he's not, and Elaine says, is this a bit? And he says, no. And she says, seriously, is this a bit? And he says, yeah, okay, finally, this is a bit. And she says, okay, yeah, you're gonna move this here and stop this and pause longer on this. So that actually happens sometimes.
He tests out material all the time. We chat about what works and what doesn't work. What if I was to tell you that I'm the brains behind it all? I mean, I'm not. But I am. But I'm not. Sometimes I am.
Have you ever dated another comic? Do you think that?
I wouldn't say dated, but I've slept with a couple. No, I will not put names on camera. That is one thing I have never done. That is one thing I will never do.
So you are classy.
I am very classy. I will not. Frankly, most of the time I don't give names because I don't remember them.
People, I always wondered what it would be like to fuck Daniel Carroll. But I didn't have to wonder long, because I read Jaqi Furback's blog.
But I had a guy comic come up to me the other day, and he was like, so I heard you fucked everybody in the comedy scene. I'm like, really? Did I fuck you? No. Well, then at least I'm not fucking nobodies, am I? Your jokes aren't good enough for this ride yet.